Today is National Galentine's Day, for gals to celebrate.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Avery Collins.
And I'm Grace Escobar. Tonight, more information about the shooter in that deadly Lakewood Church accident in Houston. And that information puts a focus on an issue facing many American families, mental health. The former mother-in-law of Janess Morano says she was not surprised at the shooting because her former daughter-in-law has a history of mental illness. Aniele Ruiz has more from Houston.
As a traumatic scene at Lakewood Church unfolded on Sunday, one grandmother had a hunch this could have involved her family.
I suspected last night that this could be my daughter-in-law.
And her suspicions were correct. Wally Carranza got a call that her 7-year-old grandson was there with her daughter-in-law who had opened fire.
The fact she wasn't allowed to kill anyone else was a great blessing.
She said her daughter-in-law had a history of mental illness and her family had raised red flags for years.
She had a particular type of schizophrenia that caused her to become violent. She threatened her husband's life, she threatened mine, she threatened to kill her own son, and we still couldn't get intervention.
And she says she's frustrated with the system she believes failed them.
We asked for help from CPS or Child Protective Services, Family Services. We've asked for help from police and received it many times, but she was still allowed to own guns.
And now this grandmother absolutely heartbroken for what her grandson had to go through.
The terror of yesterday, but I can only imagine this didn't just happen. You know, there were weeks and weeks and weeks before that he must have been terrorized.
But believes her grandson will pull through.
He's a fighter. He is. He's a small Carranza. He's a fighter.
Mental health continues to be an issue for many people around the world. In fact, the National Alliance on Mental Illness polled 2,000 U.S. working adults, with 74% saying it's okay to discuss mental health concerns at work, but only 58% said they feel comfortable doing so. Common reasons for them feeling uncomfortable were stigma or judgment. A majority of the poll also noted that leaders are responsible for helping employees feel comfortable discussing mental health at work, with 4 in 5 people saying that mental health training would be positive for those in need of it, but only half of their employers offered it.
Avery, I have been getting more and more irritated with this flippy-floppy weather we've been having.
Right? It's like fall one day and then the middle of winter the next. Let's see what's in store for us for the rest of this week with our weather anchor, Brian Clark. Brian?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, love is in the atmosphere, and you know what else is in the atmosphere? Great weather. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So the current conditions is 59 degrees. That's what the temperature is right now, but it feels like 58. Winds are going to be coming to you from the southeast at 6 miles an hour, and conditions are going to be very sunny. As we look at tonight, tonight's forecast, 52 degrees. 50 is going to feel like winds are going to be coming to you from the southeast at 8 miles per hour. Clear skies all the way. As we look at tomorrow, tomorrow is going to feel lovely this Valentine's Day. 62 degrees is going to be the temperature. It's going to feel like 61. The skies are going to be very sunny indeed, and the wind speed is going to be coming to you from the southeast at 12 miles per hour. So if you're planning on blowing a kiss to your Valentine's, it's going to get there pretty quick. That's all I have for you right now. Now, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Brian. We all know that this time of year is cold and flu season, but it's also COVID season. However, the government is dropping its recommendation for an isolation period if you have COVID. NTTV's Kayla Bumpus joins us tonight to give us more information on your health. Kayla.
That's right. CDC guidelines regarding COVID-19 are changing yet again. Rather than the formerly advised 5 days of quarantine, the CDC is aligning its advice more similarly to the flu or RSV. CDC officials are now saying public health has to be realistic, and most people simply aren't willing to comply to the same guidelines as they were 4 years ago when the disease first emerged. The CDC is now recommending that those who contract the virus should determine themselves when to end quarantine based on their symptoms. Just like with the flu, it is now advised to wait until fever has ceased for 24 hours without the aid of medication. While the guidelines around the virus have changed, the dangers of it have not. And those that are vulnerable to the virus, such as people above the age of 65 and people with weaker immune systems, must remain wary. Oregon has already implemented the change for their guidelines regarding COVID-19, and there has been no significant increase in community transmission or severity, according to the latest data. Speaking of avoiding getting sick, I really wish I had gotten my shot this year because I am just now recovering from the flu, and I can tell you it is no fun. However, our live shot anchor, Matthew Winter, can save you the trouble that I had with some information on when and where you can get your flu shots. Matthew?
Thanks, Kayla. Staying healthy is key to a good semester. However, things like the flu can get in the way of that. Denton County Public Health reports 1,013 influenza tests issued in the first week, and 263 ended up being positive, 26 even ending in the hospital. To help fight the seasonal problem, UNT is hosting walk-in flu shot clinics where students can go and get a free flu shot. These clinics are February 14th, February 20th, February 21st, February 27th, and February 28th, all 1 to 4 in the Student Health and Wellness Center located inside Chestnut Hall. No appointment is necessary. Now, I'm off to go get my own. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Matthew. Being sick always gives me a chill.
Well, that is nothing compared to the chill up in the north. That is coming up for when we get back from the break.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Can I see your voter registration, please? All right, you're good. No registration, no entry. All right. Let me see your voter registration card, please.
I'm not registered to vote.
No registration, no entry.
Dude, my friends are already in there.
No registration, no entry.
What the?
Join the club. Register to vote today.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon. Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
Welcome back to NTTV News. Tonight, folks in the Northeast are taking extreme precautions as winter weather brings up 2 inches of snow per hour. Schools are closed and flights are canceled as officials are warning residents to stay inside as the storm brings some of the heaviest snowfall in years. CNN's Michael Yoshida is in New York City with the latest on this story.
The snow continuing to fall here in the Northeast. Already reports of more than a foot of snow in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Here at Times Square in New York City, you can see the flakes continuing to fall. Not a lot of accumulation, though, most of it melting once it hits the ground. Still, state and city officials urging people to remain vigilant as this quick but hard-hitting storm moves through the area.
A quick-moving nor'easter is dumping snow over parts of the Northeast today, after what has been an unusually warm winter.
We have not had any significant snowfall for quite some time, but the time has come. Mother Nature does what she wants to do.
The storm is expected to bring the biggest snowfall in 2 years to parts of the region, ranging from a predicted inch or 2 inches in Philadelphia to 6 to 12 inches in Boston and Hartford, and 5 to 8 inches in the New York, New Jersey area. Although the storm should be over by late afternoon, it's already packing quite the punch.
It is expected to cause hazardous travel conditions, potential power outages, and coastal flooding.
Governors from Pennsylvania to Rhode Island are urging people to stay off the roads and avoid non-essential travel. Rhode Island's governor says that state has 250 salt trucks ready. Boston has 38,000 tons of salt. Schools are canceled in several cities. In New York City, public schools have moved to remote learning, and residents are prepared to ride it out with supplies like salt, shovels, and firewood.
Just in case the heat goes out, we'll have a little extra wood. We moved here 2 years ago. This will be the first, hopefully, actual real storm.
And this winter weather is having an impact on travel in the U.S. More than 1,000 flights already canceled, many in the Boston and New York area. On the ground, more than 250 crashes reported in New Jersey. Now here in New York City, crews are starting to bring out the plows. We've seen plows out in the Queens area. Now, the city telling us they have more than 2,000 plows ready to take care of all the cleanup work. Reporting in New York City, I'm Michael Yoshida.
Even though we've been complaining about this cold weather, it's nothing like how it is up north.
I know. I am not complaining about the weather we have here now. Let's go ahead and see what the rest of Texas is looking like with our weather anchor, Brian Clark. Brian?
Well, yes, you guys, it is not snowing, thankfully, over here in Texas, but it's looking pretty great. Conditions are going to be rather consistent here, more or less the same. It's going to be to the mid to high 50s and low 60s, even as we look at McKinney, 59 in Denton, up there, up north a little bit, 56 in Gainesville. If you look towards the east, it's going to be 56 again in Sulphur Springs. As we look to the west a little bit, we got 61 here in Dallas, 60 in Fort Worth, 58 Decatur, 59 Bowie, so more or less the same. So let's take a look at the weather in the Lone Star State. All across the Lone Star State, rather. You got 63 right here in Austin, so things are a little bit warmer as you go south. 62 in Abilene, 55 in Amarillo. That is pretty much as cold as it gets, and 56 all the way up there in Oklahoma City, 59 way over there towards the west in El Paso, and as we look east, 64 in Houston, and 57 in Shreveport. As we look at our 7th-day forecast, again, ladies and gentlemen, things are going to be looking very lovely as I stated earlier. Tomorrow is going to be 68 degrees as the high, 49 as the low. Thursday is going to be 69 as the high, 52 as the low. Friday, unfortunately, is going to be cloudy with 68 as the high, and temperatures are going to dip down to the 30s, 33 as the low for Friday. Saturday is going to be 51 and 30 as the low. Sunday is going to be sunny skies, but 59 and 42 as the low. And Monday and Tuesday, warmer days ahead as they are 69 and 73 degrees respectively. That's all I have for weather. Now, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Brian. The UNT campus has a robust art scene, and this past weekend, the UNT dance program brought the Denton community closer to that scene. The spring dance concert presents choreography from students, faculty, and international guests in a celebration of artistry. Here is what their performance meant to them.
So we're going to start with that.
From the studio to the stage, these dancers have practiced for months for this very performance.
Seeing how the program is growing is it's wonderful. It's exciting, it's invigorating.
Whitney Geldon is a dance professor at UNT, and this is her 10th year taking part in the UNT dance concert. Previously known as the faculty dance concert until last year, this performance has been a long-standing tradition at UNT.
It fills our studios and spaces with so much energy and vibrancy. And to witness the students' artistry bloom and blossom is really amazing.
Antares Eel is a first semester senior performing in the spring show as a dancer for the very last time.
It's very sentimental, where I'm like dancing my heart out for the last time, but I get to do it with the people that I love, so it makes it just even more incredible.
And when they're not on stage, they're in this building where artistry blooms, memories are made, and dancers learn to push and express themselves more than ever before.
It is so rewarding getting to see the people that I started with grow until now, especially like watching myself grow from now, just seeing us as little freshman babies coming in to now where we're so confident in our field and what we do.
Eel's mother is an alumni of the UNT dance program, and she was her biggest supporter over the weekend.
It's really great to know that I'm from a legacy of this department and getting to show her that I'm still here.
You can keep up with future dance performances and see Antares choreography using the production calendar and the Dance Productions tab on the UNT Dance website.
Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, the day of love. Valeria Hernandez has the history behind the holiday.
It wasn't always about chocolate and roses. It was actually a lot more meaningful than that. Centuries ago, the holiday was derived from the feast of the patron saint Valentine. History tells the story of a saint who would marry couples in secret to prevent the men from going to war. The name itself derived from the 1400s when people started writing love letters and poems declaring their love for their own Valentine. Today, the same traditions are kept alive as millions of cards are exchanged each year. And as the years go by, the gifts get more extravagant, which means more expensive. Samantha Rodriguez has more on how much people are willing to splurge for their loved ones.
Thank you, Valeria. Is Valentine's Day candy a scam? Certain Valentine's Day editions of candy cost more than the regular version. Haribo, Sour Patch Kids, and Jolly Ranchers have been found guilty of marking up their prices. For example, the Haribo Gummy Bears Valentine's Edition is priced at $5.97, while a regular bag is only $2.38. Retail experts say this is due to the cost of creating these special limited edition candies. So what do you guys think? Personally, I love those cute little designs and it's worth every penny. And who doesn't love receiving a heart-shaped box of candy on Valentine's Day? That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you guys at the studio.
Well, that sounds like some pretty good candy.
Yes, and one thing that is so great about Denton is how we can support each other here and find some great candy. Stay with us to find out how.
So a man's been walking in the desert for days at a time. He finally comes across a bar and orders a Coke.
That's not funny.
Eh?
Willis Library, located at the University of North Texas. It has computers, printers, and the building is open 24/7. By going online, you can book up to an hour of reserved space and one of the many private study rooms. Many of them are equipped with whiteboards, a table, and a TV to hook up to your computer. Textbooks can be checked out for free with a student ID. They also have many of these in ebook forms. This is still a library, so always remember to be quiet and respectful of other surroundings, especially in certain places where talking is not allowed. For example, the 3rd and 4th floor are completely quiet. As you can see, Willis Library has many options for students, with it offering many media sources and staying open all the time.
I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, my prince.
No so fast.
This story is going to be awesome.
You know, Grace, one of my favorite segments here on NTTV is Denton Eats because it's always pointing me in the direction of some delicious local food.
That is so true, Avery, but tonight Deja Jackson has something about this, just about good food and also a great cause. Deja.
Yes, I located an anti-Valentine's Day brunch from a small business food truck called Collie's Kitchen. Check out what I have for you.
I hate to give the satisfaction asking.
Rockers for Knockers hosted a charity brunch event at the Rubber Glove Studios located in Denton.
We are trying to raise money for our charity, which is Rockers for Knockers, which provides therapy services for people impacted by breast cancer. Brag and burlesque brunches are a really fun way to do that, and also at the same time raising money for our charity.
The brunch that is being featured at this event is her own food truck that she owns called Collie's Kitchen.
And then she also donates any leftover food to the performers at the end of the night, which is so nice because, I mean, we're starving broke artists and we need food.
You're under my spell.
Go check out Rockers for Knockers and support Beth and all the cool stuff that she does.
We will be paid individually. Thank you! Now she has many more events coming up, not only serving her own food, but representing her fundraiser that raises money for awareness for cancer patients. That's all I have for you for tonight. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Deja. I love brunch, but I love basketball more.
Well, Avery, you are in luck because the Dallas Mavs played last night, and our sports anchor, Gabby Pippins, has all the basketball news. Gabby?
That's right, guys. We'll break down last night's Mavs game, preview the NBA All-Star Weekend, and spotlight an interesting UNT sports club right after this.
And now we return to Fabric of Passion.
Oh, Hector, it will be so hard for us to part, but we must.
But, my love, what did I do? I thought we were meant to be together forever.
I am so disheartened to say that you're just not in style anymore. But you will be, to someone else, in a better place.
You're gonna shred me?
No.
I'm donating you to one of the many clothing donation boxes available on campus. There is one in the Union by the Syndicate and one on Union Circle Drive.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm gonna be someone's new shirt.
I thought you'd be more distressed.
Oh, absolutely not. It was cramped in your closet anyways.
Maybe you would like to be shredded after all.
The Dallas Mavericks are 8th in the Western Conference with a 31-23 record, and they looked to increase their 4-game win streak against the Washington Wizards last night. The Wizards' Deni Avdija and Kyle Kuzma combined for 30 points in the first half, gaining a 58-51 lead. But the Mavs weren't going down without a fight. Kyrie and Luka regained the lead by the end of the third, and Dallas outscored Washington 34-16 in the fourth quarter, shooting at a combined 52.2%. Luka Doncic got his 10th triple-double of the season with 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 15 assists, leading to a Mavs win, 112-104. And speaking of basketball, the 2024 NBA All-Star Weekend is only 3 days away, and a flashy new addition has made its way to the floor. Or is it the floor? The NBA announced some of the events will take place on an all-glass LED court. This flashy feature will be installed at the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, and it'll have animations, color and design changes, real-time game stats, live replay, and more. The court is set to make its first appearance this Friday for the Ruffles NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, and fans cannot wait to see their favorite stars light up the floor. And finally, UNT is known for their diversity and plethora of interest clubs. But did you know we have a table tennis club? I spoke with them about their goals for this semester and their secret weapon to success. Take a look.
The new semester brings a higher level of competition for many UNT sports clubs, including the Table Tennis Club. They're training for nationals with hopes of making the tournament after a 7-year drought, and club president Zachary Lai says they're already turning things around.
Just this past Saturday, we actually competed against 6 different colleges, I believe, in the National Collegiate Table Tennis Association, the NCTTA. Again, our main goal is to be competitive and just to get better.
The club received a lot of new talent over the past 4 years, including Joshua Mack, a senior at UNT, who's ranked 8th in the country at U.S. Nationals.
I started when I was 6 years old. My dad brought me into it. He played in college, and I've been playing for maybe just over 10 years now. I also got to represent all university students in the U.S. for the World University Games last year.
There are also students like Naya Gonzalez who have their own set of goals outside of competitions.
This semester is about improvement. I already competed, and so I know what I need to work on, and so it's just, trying to get better and practice more.
Joshua and the rest of the club welcome anyone who wants to join or help them get to nationals.
Just show up, to any of our practices, Tuesdays or Thursdays, around 8:30. Come in and join us.
For NCTV News, I'm Gabby Pippins.
I also just received news that they made it to South Regionals. They'll be competing at Texas Wesleyan University on Saturday, March 2nd for their big chance at nationals. For more information on the club, please reach out to their Instagram at UNT Table Tennis Club in lowercase, no spaces. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Grace, do you have any Valentine's plans for tomorrow?
I don't, but I do have Galentine's plans tonight.
An episode in season 2 of Parks and Recreation showed a Galentine's Day party, and over the years, the idea became a celebration in the real world.
Galentine's Day is a day devoted to women to celebrate female friendships, sisters, moms, aunts, and grandmas. February 13th is a day to honor and celebrate the important women in your life. Thanks for watching NCTV Nightly News.
Join us tomorrow at 6 and at noon here on North Texas Television.